This Jay Muse.
This is Eddie McClintock from Warehouse 13.
Hey, this is Brian Holler.
This is Brett Dolph.
Hey, this is Eddie Trunk, and you're listening to Beer Bros and BS.
Beers Bros BS.
Beer Bros and BS.
Beer Bros and BS.
You should be listening to Beer Bros and BS every day, every minute for the rest of your lives.
Snooch to the nooch.
Welcome to episode 29 of Beer Bros and BS. I'm Dave, the Big Librarian. Tonight, guys sitting around the table with me are
Dan,
Alex,
Jose.
as always, got a bunch of great beer we're going to be drinking tonight. Brought the first one. It's 1809 by Professor Fritz Briem. What about you? What'd you bring?
I actually brought the Choco Fruit Mandarina from Rabbit Cervecaria out of Illinois.
Not too far away from there, I brought Zombie Dust from Floyds in Munster, Indiana.
And I brought from our local town, Wakefield Brewing, Colonel
Colonel Clank?
Yeah, Colonel Clank's Cotsbuster. It's kind of a tongue twister, but
Colonel.
cluck, 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 cluck.
So the first one we're drinking tonight is it's called 1809. It's by Professor Fritz Briem of the Domens Institute, and it's from Germany. It's a Berliner. I'm sorry, going through puberty. It's a Berliner Weisse. It's 5%, and it's was made by this professor of this institute, which they do beer seminars, and they train beer sommeliers, and it's then brewed by V and Stefaner. What do you guys think about it?
It's pretty nice, actually.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Not overly tart. I thought from the nose it was going to be a little more tart than it actually was.
Well, I thought it was going to be a lot of tart, especially from the spume. Like when we opened the bottle, it kind of like foamed a little bit.
But it's got a fruity, sweet smell to it.
Yeah, definitely get some pears on the nose.
Oh, bro, for sure.
I get lemon.
Tons of pear, and like apple, qualities to me.
This would be a pretty good, gateway beer for those into the craft beer game.
Yeah, man, I enjoy
Especially
it.
into sours.
Yeah, definitely for somebody who's not really used to sours.
Yeah, for a Berliner to be 5%, it's also a decent amount of alcohol for that style. It's real good, man. I enjoy it.
Yeah, pretty good. I like it a lot.
So as always, we like to do a little bit of a would you rather start the week out. Show out. Let's see. Would you rather be killed right away in a fairly quick, painless way, or have a 50-50 chance of making it, with the other 50% being a horrible death, like in a horror movie, like Saw? Jose.
As in horrible death, as in a slow death?
A very slow death, I don't know, peeling off your fingers, bone by bone.
I guess isn't the worst thing you could imagine.
Yeah, it would be
I don't want to die in the worst possible way imagined.
Well, that's the question. Would you rather be killed right away? Painlessly?
Well, yeah, of course.
Or have a 50-50 chance of making it? But...
So certain death.
Yeah.
Certain painless death.
It's like guns pointing to the back of your head. You don't even know it's going to happen. You won't even hear it.
Or...
Flip a coin.
And...
Heads you live.
My regular life, like what I was going to live before this predicament.
Yeah, you're good.
Tails, you're dying of fucking fiery, like slow drowning.
And now we stepped a foot into your world, Jose.
Yeah, no,
I'd
rather take the painless death.
Yeah, I mean, well, no, I'm gonna
like if I know, like if I like you, I know that those are my two choices. I'd rather take the painless death.
Nah, I still want to live, so I'll take the 50-50.
I would take the chances for life, man. I would.
Yeah, I'd probably take the 50.
Funny, can't help but notice the only one who's married.
Painless death. Knowing me, I'm gonna get the guaranteed fucking horrible death. Either way. Oh, sorry, you still get the horrible death. Fuck you.
Nice.
We'd have to say we do love your wife, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, of course.
So do I. Every night.
Oh.
Nice.
So, are we gonna have her on the show someday?
I think we probably will. I don't see why not.
We have an extra pink mic
Yeah.
if she wants for me to use it.
I think you could give her a purple tipped one too, right?
Yeah. No, she'll probably end up. Yeah. She'll probably end up taking mine. Then
It's like he didn't hear it at first,
She'll live-
and then he thought about it. He's like, okay, yeah.
she'll probably leave me with the pink one though.
That's all good. It's all good.
I don't want pink.
I had another joke out.
Yeah, as long as she doesn't leave him blue, right?
We do have blue mic.
And
Actually, you're matching with your mic today.
and it's the cleanest one here.
I know.
Okay, so would you
Still talking about microphones, right?
I think I'm wearing such loose shorts. Get the breeze. Okay. Would you rather be so strong that it's hard not to break everything, or constantly be aware of the nearest crime that's going on?
Wow, those are totally unrelated.
Yeah, exactly. Slightly annoying as well.
Yeah, I would be annoyed if I knew about every crime that was going on nearby. There's some shit I just don't give a fuck about knowing.
Yeah, so you'd be having a conversation, just immediately your
My
attention's
spidey
pulled away.
senses would
It's
be,
you're pulled somewhere else just because. God damn it, they're speeding. I mean, and this is Miami, so.
Oh, dude, I'd rather be super strong. Definitely.
Yeah, that would be kind of a problem in Miami. Oh God, they're speeding again. But it could also have benefactors for yourself if you end up start collecting bounties on people.
Okay, make some profit off of that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Sure.
You're gonna need someone who's super strong too, though.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
Get these bounties. So,
What about you?
I'll go with super strong.
I'd say I don't know, because I'm already super strong and it's hard not to break things. So I'd say have to go with the crime, because just so much other shit you could. It's just the possibilities are boundless.
Yeah,
there.
you're never gonna be around where like a dangerous area, like a dangerous situation, you can get out of it. Like, oh, there's gonna be a crime here. Fuck this. Like,
It'd be hard not to break your dick off.
Oh God.
I didn't know that was a
Well, it's hard not to break everything. So to learn to be gentle.
sit down on the toilet, ends up breaking the toilet.
Shit.
Let's see. Let's get
You don't
one
gotta
more.
be super strong for that.
Yeah.
You gotta have super strong shits.
Hey man, so
Not gonna make it.
speaking of, Taco Bell has some new items, right?
Yeah, the dollar crunch wrap.
Right, yeah, man. So that was pretty good, right? Okay, I just thought I would throw that in there. Whatever.
Let me ask you guys: would you rather drink your beers with a raw egg in it, or drink your beers with a tablespoon of castor oil?
Oh, dude. I mean, the egg for sure.
Castor oil,
Just a tablespoon.
Isn't that in like cosmetics and shit?
It might be, but it's
don't
what
know.
makes you go to the bathroom. Like, it's a diuretic.
Interesting.
And actually, some people used to use it to torture, like for torture. They would force,
feeding people
yeah, they would
castor?
force feed like castor oil.
I hope they'd give them something else too. If not, it would kind of get old pretty fast, huh?
Yeah,
So what'd you guys pick?
I'd rather have the egg.
This is forever. I mean, I'd probably stop drinking beer. I know that's blasphemous, but if it's an egg or castor oil, I mean, I like eggs. Fuck it.
Yeah, I'd say the egg. Which, by the way, there used to be an old recipe, an old English recipe, like back in the 1400s, that they used to get a live chicken and put it inside the barley wine and age the chicken with the barley wine.
A live chicken?
Yeah, a live chicken. They would pluck it.
Sounds like a waste of a barley wine and a chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was one of the recipes that they
It was called drunken chicken.
yeah.
That's pretty cool, man. I had no idea.
Yeah. I don't know how sanitary it was, but fucking salmonella with your beer.
Yeah. It'll go well to be served at Chipotle.
So, what topic did you bring for us this week, Alex?
Well, today I thought we could talk about the Oscars, seeing as how the nominations have come in. The 8 movies for Best Picture are Mad Max, Fury Road, Bridge of Spies with Tom Hanks, Brooklyn, which is about some Irish lady, I don't know, Spotlight, about the news team that uncovered the Catholic priest scandals. Then there's The Revenant, which looks pretty badass. What else is there? The Martian.
Is Hunger Games there? No.
Nah.
The Hunger Games. Yeah.
With The Big Short.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I actually have only seen Mad Max Fury Road.
I have not seen any of those.
Yeah, me neither.
Mad Max was good. I mean, it was just it was action packed.
I want to see The Martian, though.
I definitely want to see The Martian, and I want to see The Revenant.
The Martian is awesome.
Dan, I know you've seen a few of those.
I haven't seen Revenant yet, but I saw The Martian back in the day. It was when it was out, and it was awesome. I liked it a lot. It was a little more, I don't know, a little more lighthearted and comedic than I would have expected it to be. But, you know, I thought it was really cool considering that the majority of the movie is just Matt Damon by himself. And the fact that he could kind of carry something and keep it interesting when it's, you know, most of the time just his face. I thought that was pretty cool.
So you have, 2 hours of Matt Damon?
2 hours and a half.
Yeah, like, you have about 2 hours of Matt Damon and about a half an hour of the rest of the team trying to go get him. Yeah.
Spoiler.
Well, no, that's in the commercials, but, yeah, I don't know. I never saw Mad Max. I've been meaning to because I think Tom Hardy is awesome, but, yeah, bro. He is awesome, though. I mean, that guy has not had.
Well, he's in The Revenant too, right?
Yeah, he is in The Revenant, and I saw him in a movie. What was it called? Legend, where he played 2 twins, and then he was on screen at the same time, like interacting with himself. It was fucking awesome. But yeah, I forgot where I was going with that. I don't know, man. So what else is nominated? Because I don't think I've seen many of those other ones.
I think that's about it.
That's it.
I've only seen Mad Max, but I'm really interested in seeing.
So you're telling me that Star Wars and its crazy plot was not nominated?
It was not nominated.
I mean, it's crazy plot from the same movie that was released in like the 70s.
Jennifer Lawrence got nominated for some stuff for that movie Joy.
Yeah,
which I heard wasn't really all that good, but people seem to really like her.
Bro, the Academy loves that.
No lie.
Yeah, they do. And she's actually going to be in a movie now by the same writer from American Hustle that's about Castro's mistress.
Oh, wow.
She plays Castro's mistress.
That's interesting.
I don't know.
For her role on The Fappening.
Hey, she did great on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she sure did.
Beer Bros and BS does not condone hacking into private accounts.
Yeah, but if
share them if you got them.
If the hacking was already done by somebody else and we want to take a look at it, whatever. And by we, I mean I, just myself. Yeah. Hey, so there's a bottle of beer that's foaming over there, and I don't.
Yeah,
know
it's foaming on my growler. It's our next beer.
Yeah, start pouring that.
So.
Wish we had some like vaudeville like piano we could play it out.
That's awesome. Maybe in post-production.
Probably not.
Wait, what's post-production?
I don't think our listener cares.
Our listener.
And we love you, Mom.
Uh,
Just kidding. She doesn't listen to this.
Here we go. It's heavy.
my mom doesn't know what a podcast is.
Yeah, neither does mine.
Yeah.
Boca? What is that? ¿Qué es eso? Ten cuidado con las personas en internet.
Would you translate that?
Be careful with strangers on the internet, which actually is quite true.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, there's definitely some weird shit that can be found out there.
But if you're lucky, you can find a Nigerian prince who will wire you a shitload of money.
Make all of your dreams come true.
So if you're listening to us, Nigerian Prince,
You can find us at Dan12Con.
Yeah, go ahead and.
Well, there were there some listeners in Nigeria?
I had closed. I don't think well, maybe
We did have some exposure in
we had some.
in
We
the
had
continent.
we had some northern African countries, some
West
southern
African.
African. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope that they
But I
have
see-
enough mosquito.
Shout out to Angola.
Congo, where you at? So we're actually on our second beer of the night.
Can you dig it? All right, sorry guys.
No, it's fine. Want to go ahead and tell us about the beer?
okay,
Jose?
so this is a German style ale from Wakefield Brewing. It's
What's it called?
It's Colonel Clank's Kotzbuster. Cockbuster.
One more time, please.
Cockbuster.
Just one more time,
From
sir.
the top.
Colonel Clank's Cockbuster. The Cockbuster.
Holy shit!
Come on, somebody take over. Come on. Help him out.
Oh my god, dude!
Oh, no.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
It's not his fault. It's not his fault. Look at how they spelled it.
Yeah,
This is what happens when
yeah.
you have a weird name in Miami and people try to spell it. They're like, okay, Colonel Clank. Okay, that's it. Fuck the But no, this German style ale brewed with honey and molasses.
If you were to abbreviate this beer, what would you say the abbreviation is?
Colonel's Cockbuster.
No, but like if you were to just
like make an acronym out.
Yeah.
Of it, you know.
CKK.
just the first letters.
K cubed?
Well, the actual one, Colonel, is supposed to be with a C, but I guess it's K cubed.
He just looked at you when he said that like, what?
Oh Jesus Christ!
That's Colonel Clank.
Are you serious?
He almost just spit on me.
Wait, who is Colonel Clank, by the way?
Colonel Clank.
Colonel Clank.
That's Colonel Clank. Dan went off air. He dropped his microphone, his headset. Welcome back.
Thank you guys. Yeah, I had to step away for a second because, shit happens.
I think he's from the Crazies.
The what?
Colonel Clank? No?
I know nothing. I see nothing. Hey Hitler, what are you doing? Oh, nothing.
Let's see. Yeah, it's from the Crazies. It's filmed 1973. And by George A. Romero.
Oh,
Actually.
no kidding.
Oh, and this guy went on to put 10%, but it's really 5.5.
So
It's like, you got a 10% beer. I was like, no, it's not 10%.
Really trying to sell it to you.
well, maybe they were only supposed to give you half and they doubled it.
No, it's because they had the tap handle. They just stickered on the keg top, like the little wrapping paper that goes on the keg. So they just
So they put
taped it on,
a KKK
but they
sticker on the handle.
yeah, exactly. So, but the bottom part still had the alcohol from the tap that it would like. It had the Maharaja.
So what do you all think of the beer?
No, the tap wasn't on fire, by the way.
Nice.
So what do you all think of it?
I'm not really a big fan of the style, but it is it's definitely crisp and clean, lager-esque.
Yeah, it's very German.
Yeah.
I expected more molasses, a little bit more, but
Yeah, I didn't get any molasses or honey coming through.
maybe
it's
the honey.
pretty mild.
Yeah, maybe the honey actually fermented out. Like
I don't know.
because it's very
that
easy
makes
to
sense.
ferment.
You would think it'd be a little bit higher if it had the honey in it, the sweetness. But I get a little bit of it, just a little bit on that back end, on the back of my tongue.
Yeah, man. It's all right. I mean, it's not really like a style I'm in love with, but
It's good. It's
for what it is, man, it's done
but
well.
it's clean and dry.
Yeah, clean and dry for sure. I agree. Very, very German styled. Absolutely. It's good, man.
I guess the nose is a little bit more sweet, but
JWB can do no wrong.
yeah, I know.
That's true. I mean, for the style, it's done extremely well. Just not a style that I'm a huge fan of personally.
So, Jose, what topic you bring first?
Topic I brought us today is the water in Flint, Michigan. So what happened was that apparently to save money on the water pipes this week, they switched over from the Detroit water to the Flint water, which apparently they ran into corroded pipes and had like lead like all over the water, and it was just like I looked at the pictures of the water that was just coming out of people's houses, and it was just like absolutely like I don't know how would you. I'm not sure how you would possibly live there. Like I would just.
Well, I think they're paying like for bottled water for everyone in the city.
I've heard
they declared a national a state of emergency, but like
people have also been moved to like hotels in other cities and whatnot, getting out of suitcases.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I feel for the people of Flint, but like it's been like pretty bad. Like, especially like, can you imagine if like it happened down here in Miami, like with the chaos that it would cause? Like,
well, yeah, it's like I mean, I find it ironic for many reasons. You know, coming from Michigan,
lake country, no clean water.
Well, it's just funny, you know, that they would get their clean water from Detroit.
Yeah,
I don't know how many of you guys have been to Detroit, and even Detroit lately. It is kind of ironic. I mean,
they have Kalamazoo close by, no?
No, that's south.
That's south.
Yeah, you know, Flint and Detroit are pretty east. Kalamazoo is kind of south of them, but central.
It's in the middle of the mitt.
Well, you guys can't see, but Detroit's up here. Kalamazoo's kind of down there.
So
right in the middle,
the bottom of the palm.
Yeah, right in the middle is Lansing, and then opposite of that is on the other side by Lake Michigan is Grand Rapids.
Home of Founders Brewing,
Beer City, USA.
That's right.
More breweries there than I think any other city in the country.
You know, I was just thinking about like random stats about places that have a lot of something, and I feel like Miami Springs might be the city with the most Miami Subs grills. Because there are two, like a mile away from each other.
There's two?
There's the one right here by Jose's house, and then there's the one by the Pollo Tropical on Lejeune.
Yeah.
And I have never seen that many Miami Subs grills in one place.
Like, we have Pitbull to thank for that, I guess.
Thanks, Pitbull. Well, they were there long before he took over.
Dale.
That's true.
Worldwide.
Buy the worldwide chicken subs.
No, you gotta get the meatball sub when you go there.
I always get the Philly cheesesteak.
I used to get the fish sandwich.
Or the gyro.
The burgers have great bread, by the way. I just have to say that. The bread is
I haven't had a
fresh.
burger from them, but I always get the meatball sub.
I haven't been to one of those places in at least like 15 years.
Wow.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know.
They got great key lime pie, too. I really like their key lime pie.
Shit.
Well, for a fast food place, you know what I'm saying?
I gotta try that out, man. I'll go there one day. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, since we're talking about food, awesome tip. If you ever get the lumberjack slam at Denny's, you can swap out the toast for biscuit.
Ooh.
And
No.
hold on, check this out. And for like 59 cents, you can get a side of gravy.
Oh. Dude.
Biscuits and gravy, baby.
Dude.
Just like that.
No way.
Dude.
For me, I can't go to Denny's if it's before 2 or 3 in the morning. Or after 7.
Or after 7 in the morning.
It's that magical twilight period. You can only go at that certain time. And it's only one thing to get. Moons over Miami.
I was really in the mood for pancakes the other day, man. After After that, Flying Monkeys, Arcadian Grove.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. So I just had to get pancake. I had to get a pancake fix. And then the lady's like, "Oh, do you want toast, muffin, or biscuit?" I was like, "Wait, what? Biscuit? Yeah, let's do that." And I've been back to Denny's another time since then and did it again.
That's awesome. I'm gonna have to try that someday.
Yeah, thanks, Denny's, for always being there for us. Always.
Filling whatever drunken needs we may have.
Oh yeah.
So, Dan, what topic you bring for us? Open your eyes.
Yeah. Hey, man. Sorry. I've got something kind of interesting. So, I was just doing some online reading of random shit, and I found out that Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers has his own apiary, which basically means that Flea is a bee keeper. And so this guy has...
Yeah, I see what you did there.
Apparently he has a whole setup, with legitimate beekeeper, outfits and hives and all that shit. And apparently it's more than that. He actually has, environmentalist connections and whatnot. And so he's doing that. I thought that was kind of interesting. I don't know. It just led me to think, like, oh, what other rock stars have kind of, like, interesting or weird jobs that maybe we didn't know about, right? So I just did a little research about it, and I found out that Mick Jagger from the Rolling Stones, before they were famous, he actually used to work at a mental hospital. I thought that was kind of interesting.
Work?
Or stayed.
I don't know. This one says worked, but I'm sure he's visited again. And then I read that...
Checked in, you mean?
Oh, yeah. I read that Jack White actually has an upholstery business. And...
What do you think his favorite print is?
White stripes. Yeah. Well, apparently it's actually in Detroit. And it's called the Third Man Upholstery.
Detroit what?
What? Yeah. Apparently also, what was this one? I saw that it was kind of interesting that Rod Stewart, it was a semi-pro footballer, a soccer player, in his native United Kingdom. Speaking of UK rock stars, I saw that Bruce Dickinson, the frontman of Iron Maiden, is actually an airline pilot. He's a commercial airline pilot. Plus, he'll actually fly the band Iron Maiden around for their tour dates on his own personal jet.
Very economical.
I thought that was pretty awesome. Billy Corgan from Smashing Pumpkins actually works for TNA Wrestling.
I thought you were going to say he's an AT&T sales rep. You could picture that.
Yeah, his bald ass. But, no, he works as a writer for TNA Wrestling. And I thought that was interesting because of all people, I wouldn't think Billy Corgan would be into that kind of thing. I don't know. I thought it was interesting. And there were a couple other ones, but nothing that really stood out as much. I think there was one that said, this is actually interesting. There was one that talked about, what's this dude's name? Brian May from Queen. Wow, that was like sacrilegious almost. But Brian May from Queen, the guitar player, was apparently like a Rhodes Scholar and really like top of his class scientist. And I thought that was kind of interesting. I don't know. It's just shit you don't think about, rock stars actually like doing other stuff that requires, mental capacity. But
I think the whole apiary thing is really cool. I always said that if the apocalypse were ever to strike, beekeepers would be like fucking kings.
Yeah.
So much shit you could do with honey.
Oh,
Can you imagine Flea's mead?
Ooh, yeah.
Nice, dude. It's a good idea. We should recommend that to them.
Flea's meat.
So I'll go next as you guys finish up your beers and we'll pour the next one. So, according to CNN, there's a former concentration camp in Montenegro that's going to be turned into a luxury resort.
That's a little weird.
Just based off that, would you guys want to stay there if you had the money?
Depends on the amenities, I guess. That would be my honest answer. I don't think it bothers me any that what it was before.
Situated on the Bay of Kotor, on the border between Montenegro and Croatia, it's mostly it's a small island dominated by a 19th century fortress.
Sounds pretty dope. Do we have pictures of this place?
I can get some pictures. However, there were 2,300 people imprisoned there, of which 130 were killed or starved to death.
I actually feel a lot less worse now because that's really not that bad.
Well, it's
One
pretty.
I mean, would you want
compared to
I don't know.
knowing-
I don't want to have a
this is-
shining moment.
Yeah,
Dachau or anything?
That's what that I'll get to that, and I would say that's kind of what I was thinking. Like,
That's part of the allure.
Tonight we're having for dinner. I mean, but what kind of person is like, 130 people died here or starved to death?
There's a
Honey.
plantation in like Louisiana that people go to stay at. I mean, how many slaves were killed there?
Yeah.
But a concentration. Well, this was not a Nazi concentration camp. It was one run by Mussolini.
Oh.
So
I
now
don't even know how to feel about that anymore.
Dachau,
Probably the
in
same.
comparison, 31,951 people were killed there. So not really
Right?
130.
Nothing, man. This is a underperformer.
And when you look at Auschwitz with 1.1 million, which is estimated.
The people in this concentration camp, how particular was it?
That I don't have right now.
What were the criteria to go to this concentration camp?
Pretty much, I think it was at a whim
Yeah.
for most of it.
I mean, I'm feeling less and less bad about thinking about staying at this Fort Island.
The
Sounds like it's been a lot of things.
Yeah.
the Montenegrin government, which I also learned that's how you call somebody from Montenegro.
You
Montenegrin.
don't say, "Hey, my Montenegro."
It would be my Montenegrin. They greenlit the project. It's called Mamula Island.
What does Mamula mean?
You'd have to go and find out.
Mhm.
Into a resort complete with swimming pools, a yacht marina, a spa, restaurants, and the highlight, a dance floor.
That's the highlight.
And ovens.
Dude, if I came back from the dead and I was starved to death and you're fucking dancing over where I died, fuck you, dude.
You mean you wouldn't want to dance too?
No, fuck no.
Possess her ass and then dance.
Yeah.
The country granted a 49-year lease, which is just an odd number for at least
it is
49.
Yeah.
What happens on that 49th year is my question.
To a Swiss Egyptian developer for the nominal price of $1.64 per square meter.
Swiss Egyptian. Now that is not something you hear every day.
Sounds like money.
Yep.
And according to the government, they said, well, they had two options. We could either let the island fall into ruin, or we do something about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true,
yeah,
though.
I think they're just capitalizing on it.
So you had the option. Would you want to,
And it does
go
better
where
for the
they were-
people of Montenegro, anyways.
does it though? They make maybe
For Montenegrin.
for the Montenegrins.
I met a Montenegrin in the Florida Keys, actually. She was a very nice girl. She seemed very much out of her element.
Yeah.
I met a few in my day.
I would be.
They were nice guys. They brought me my drinks on the
No,
cruise.
yeah.
Oh yes, Serbians, Montenegrins, Croatians, all of the above, all of the Slavics. You know.
Shout out to any of you that are listening in Montenegro.
Big up to the Balkans.
We love you guys.
Yes.
Stay safe.
Yugoslavia. Yeah.
Former
Yugo.
former components of it.
No.
Anyways.
So we're actually on our fourth beer of the night. Third beer of the night.
Third beer.
Correction. This one's brought to us by Alex.
Yes. This is Zombie Dust, Undead Pale Ale. This intensely hopped and gushing undead pale ale will be one's only respite after the zombie apocalypse. So yeah, it comes from 3 Floyds in Munster, Indiana, just on the other side of the border from Chicago. It is about 6.2% alcohol with an IBU of 50. And what I find really interesting about this is that while the IBUs are relatively low, I think the malt bill isn't too heavy, and so it actually comes off relatively more bitter than it actually is.
No, it's that the IBUs, it's not a fair way to measure hoppiness. They've done studies where like the IBUs are like they're not accurate to how much bitterness is actually on the.
I was really surprised when you said 50 IBUs.
Yeah, it's not.
It does not taste it.
It tastes more like 70.
70, 90, like.
Yeah.
Like the IBUs, all IBUs is how much. It's a simple like the alpha acids in your hops.
Yeah, how much alpha acid was
and how much time did you leave it in the boiling kettle?
Yeah.
It doesn't say like did you pelletize versus leaf, or like did you
most of the time
dry hop?
The acid's kind of measured beforehand in the pellets. I think, I mean, I'm still...
And even dry hopping, what are you going to do for dry hopping? I had no boiling time.
Dry hopping, you don't extract as much alpha acids, and it's more for aromatics than it is for actual bittering. I still think that it's a relative bitterness. I think that if you put a heavier malt backbone, you wouldn't.
Yeah, that
wouldn't
too.
Get and actually, I found that that's pretty common with Midwestern pale ales. They tend to taste more bitter than they actually are. It's kind of like a half-acre daisy cutter. I don't know if you guys have ever tried that.
I think I tried it years ago.
Yeah, it's super, super dank.
Yeah, bro.
But it pours like a pale gold.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a...
Yeah, even though your hops are probably the more expensive part of your bill.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you can always have, like, more grain. More grain is, like, a lot cheaper and, like, just more hops.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I love Zombie Dust. And this is the first time I've seen it in a bomber, which is pretty cool. I think that the maltiness on it is what makes it kind of unique, too.
Yeah, the last time we seen it was in a 6-pack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to my friend Norman and his wife Maritere for standing in line for hours to get a couple cases of this deliciousness and share it with us.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys, yeah.
So we're going to try a little new segment at the end of the show tonight, because we also have one more beer to drink. And I forget the exact name of the Reddit thread that I got this from. Insightful questions, maybe? And let me ask you guys. These are some kind of crazy questions. They can get deep, so we might do one or two of these. First one, let me ask you guys. How difficult would it be for someone or some group to take over the world?
The whole world?
The whole world.
How difficult would it be?
Yeah.
It's pretty difficult, man.
Yeah, you're never going to get, like, enough components to agree at the same time. So
you don't think there could be a group like in like Spectre, like in James Bond, a multinational?
Well, I think there's probably a few. I don't know. All right, so this is where I sound crazy. There's probably like a few, sort of shadow organizations that can manipulate institutions as large as, world governments.
Yeah, but they're not, like, publicly...
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No, they wouldn't.
You have to do it behind the shadows.
Of course, yeah.
So in case you get shot from the window behind you right now, you don't make the end of the show.
Well, nobody's... Well,
then that's confirmed.
It could very well be.
That's crazy.
Yeah. What's that guy running from your car outside, I see?
But yeah, I don't think any one of these, possible organizations would be able to, coerce every single necessary institution. I think the best you can hope for is...
Well, for that, if you had a couple
I think the best you can hope for
superpowers...
is to get countries to buy into a global economic system where you can...
Here we go. But for that, all you would really need is a couple countries to be in control of those countries, and they would do the work for the other countries for you, and treaty upon treaty.
Are you suggesting
wait,
are you suggesting a global pyramid scheme?
Yes. If you buy it now, I can help you, and you get two friends, and they'll, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, but I think it, since we're talking about this, I think it's naive to not believe that there are groups with the intention of world domination, or with world dominating intentions.
Why is
but
that?
the thing is that there's probably more than one
because
group.
we're talking about it, and there's somebody crazy enough to think that they could do it.
Well, there's just somebody crazy to think that I can't even think of the craziest thing I can think of right now.
Well,
but
if we could, my whole argument,
And we
with this
won't shadow governments of the world.
my whole thing with this line of argument is that if you can, like, if we could think about it and we can come up with a way to do it, somebody with the means to actually implement it could do the same. I'm not the smartest guy in the world.
well, I'm just saying, if they could come up, if they could think of Spectre and think of this, organization, who's to say that they couldn't really do that?
They certainly could try it.
So how difficult do you think it would be for them? Really that difficult, or they just needed things to fall in place?
I think the closest was probably post World War II, where you had a sort of a bipolar world. You either fell into one camp or you fell into another, and
East or West?
East or West, and we've sort of experienced a multipolarity or a multipolar phenomenon in since the fall of the Soviet Union.
Okay. So let me ask you guys. This one is going to hit home for me. If my thoughts resemble that of an asshole's thoughts, but my actions and words don't always match my thoughts, does that make me an ingenuine asshole? Or is that just a definition of someone that isn't an asshole? Dan, what do you think?
Honestly, sounds like an asshole to me.
Why?
It just does. That's what it sounds like. That's my opinion of it, I think.
Okay.
Aristotle had an opinion on this, I believe, that the virtuous person enjoys being virtuous. If you're just being virtuous for impressions or otherwise, you're not in fact virtuous. So you probably are just an asshole.
But
You're a
like I said,
disingenuous asshole.
if your thoughts resemble that of an asshole's thoughts,
By resemble, you mean you're having asshole thoughts, but then
sometimes.
I want to kick that baby, but
you're not gonna do it.
But I'm not going to kick the baby.
Does that make you an ingenuous asshole?
Yeah, you're just you're a disingenuous asshole.
Or is that just someone who really isn't an asshole?
No, the asshole wouldn't even think of kicking the baby. I think that's my opinion on the matter.
See, kicking
I'm
a
an
baby,
asshole because I just thought about kicking this baby.
So now you can't stop
Even a
kicking it in your
baby.
head.
That's crazy, man. Nice.
What about you, Jose?
Well, how would I know that you're thinking your thoughts?
For you, I want to give you an idea, but if you have thoughts, assholish things, then are you an asshole? But if you don't really do it, are you ingenuine, or are you just not really an asshole?
Just don't think you're an asshole. I mean,
I think most people are assholes.
Yeah,
most people are assholes, but they don't do asshole things.
Yeah, if everybody did asshole things, then we probably wouldn't get very far.
No.
I love asshole things.
Yeah, I'd be like,
Show and smell.
That was a pre-show. You have to be here to understand that joke.
it'd be like, oh, look, here's alcohol, and you give the person rubbing alcohol. Yeah, you're being a fucking asshole. But
that ever happened to you, Jose? Do you want to mention that asshole's name on air?
Or my old chemistry teacher did that, to one of her students. Like, oh, look, it's alcohol. And then he's like, no, you fucking dumbass.
Sounds like a dumbass for giving this person alcohol.
Was that chemistry student someone in this room?
No.
Are you sure? We're all friends here.
No, yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't.
It's just 4 of us and the listener at home.
Yeah.
The listener.
The listener. We know who you are. No, we don't.
So do the shadow governments.
You're somewhere in Western Europe. Definitely not Eastern Asia, because we're not out there yet, guys. But shout out to everyone listening to us in Eastern Asia.
Definitely.
No, but I mean, the whole point is if you're an asshole, but nobody around recognizes you for being an asshole, or are you still an asshole? I don't really think so.
Yeah, you could be an asshole in your head, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you need to be recognized as one to be one. In fact, I think some of the biggest assholes are the ones that people don't think they are assholes. You know what I mean?
It's infuriating.
Well, what do you mean by that? If people don't think you're an asshole, but they're an asshole,
Yeah,
how are they an
because
asshole?
A lot of people are too stupid to realize that guy's an asshole, and so they don't think it. But then,
Can you give us an example?
honestly, it's hard to come up with a specific example.
Well, other assholes could enjoy the asshole's behavior towards others and thus have a positive opinion of the asshole and not classify them as assholes. But everyone else will just look at them and be like, whoa, look at that group of assholes all being a bunch of assholes together.
And talking about assholes, Dan wants to tell us about the final beer of the night.
Indeed I do. Thank you, you fucking asshole. So, we've got a beer here from Rabbit Cervecaria. It is from Bedford Park, Illinois. This is called the Choco Fruit Mandarina. It is a chocolate stout with mandarin orange. And so, what happens here is you get a luscious, chocolatey, dark roast malt flavored stout here. And then it's going to be a nice creamy and smooth kind of feel. Plus, you're going to get that orange peel and mandarin feel in there too. And I mean, I was excited when I saw this in the store. I hadn't heard much about it before, but the concept really sounded good to me. Because I mean, I like those chocolate orange, candies that you get. That like you break it and
Wait, what was it? The one that you slam and then
you would
it
like
splits
break
open?
it.
Yeah, and it turns into little slices.
Yeah, I thought those were awesome. So I don't see them as much anymore now. But
Yeah, you're right.
yeah,
Was it No, it was like I remember the commercials. It was just like
Yeah, bro.
bam.
That's how the slices would break
it
apart.
was like an orange, but you'd
It came in an orange wrapper.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they were great.
And I don't know. I thought maybe it would
This
be
one,
like that.
but the thing with this beer is that you definitely get the oranges first before you get the chocolate.
I think you get the oranges on the nose.
Yeah,
And,
nose and on the first taste, and then
the-
afterwards it's just like that good like type of Russian Imperial Stout type of
chocolatey.
bitterness.
Yeah, the more I drink it, the more orange I get.
it is
At
Yeah,
first
for sure.
taste, for me it was mostly chocolate,
yeah,
and
real
and every
roasty.
taste after that, just putting around your palate, definitely Yeah, you do get the roast in the very beginning, but more sip after sip after sip, it's just orange and orange and orange and less chocolate.
I feel like the orange definitely lingers.
A lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what's the ABV on this because I can get a little bit of the alcohol on the nose.
Is
Is it 9? Like,
I didn't see it.
Yeah,
Let
I'm
me check.
guessing it's like 9 or 10.
Let me check that out, man, because I didn't see it when I was looking earlier.
yeah, white fonts won't do you any good on the beer label.
No, yeah, you're right.
But yeah, they actually do a lot of variants of this choco fruit. I think I've seen a guava one.
Yeah,
and
they
a
have
pineapple
different
one.
ones for sure.
It's 7.5%.
7.5. Really? That's pretty low.
Wow.
First out.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. It is 7.5. I missed that one. Okay, thank you for the hookup there.
But yeah, chocolate and orange is a good flavor combination in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure, man. I dig it. It's cool. It's not bad at all. I mean, what I've had from Five Rabbits so far has been good.
So we'll ask the final hypothetical, insightful question of the night. Because we know for sure about the Big Bang, is a thinking person today better place to make conclusions about the universe and what it means than, say, Aristotle, Bertrand Russell, any type of philosopher?
It depends what you.
Like, do you think we have a better,
Well, it depends on
that a
What you
layperson?
mean by like just any lay person?
Yeah.
I would say no, because an average lay person's a moron.
And an asshole.
But they still know more than Aristotle did
No,
do
no
they-
more? Well, no.
about the universe.
Now you're talking about,
Wait, that guy
that's
is
what I'm
really
saying.
In general,
No
there's
way.
more technology. There's more.
Yeah.
There's more knowledge.
So
there's
can
more
that-
access,
so can
there's more
somebody
knowledge out
today
there.
than like Aquinas, St. Thomas Aquinas, can that person say more about the universe and be more right then,
I
then
think
they were.
you're really getting into epistemology and sort of what is knowledge, right?
I think that they might be able to spout random scientific facts that have been discovered more recently and whatnot, but they're not going to be able to actually say anything as profound as some of these other philosophers might be able to say.
But they wouldn't be technically saying any facts then, would it? Because I think none of what they said would have been proven true.
Well, just because it hasn't been proven yet doesn't make it not a fact. People were saying the world was round, long before Columbus. In fact, it was actually the ancient Greeks who measured the circumference of the Earth.
I thought it was the Egyptians. I thought it was.
Was it the Egyptians?
Ptolemy.
Might have been Ptolemy. Well, Hellenistic culture. Oh, we're getting a little classy here on Beer Bros.
Oh, you thought about that. Beer Bros BS.
But there is a component. You
We
don't
have
really
college
have to.
degrees.
Yes.
How much exterior knowledge of the world that you're residing in do you really need to figure out logics and logical?
Well, remember the original question.
You can come to logical conclusions based on a few facts.
But the
Actually,
question.
that's what math is. It's just Euclidean math is just that. Oh, there's 2 points, and that makes a line, and then there's infinite amount of points between two lines, and then there's a whole math that just comes out of that.
But the question was, are we better? Are we better placed to make conclusions about the universe than they are?
I think that just as there's a lot of access to
'Cause
information, there's a lot of access to misinformation. And so the real key is
True.
to be able to discern the difference. And I don't think most people
So-
possess that ability.
So if it would, it'd be okay to say that the universe revolves around Earth.
Well,
I think a lot of people probably,
Touche.
If you ask Tila Tequila, she thinks the Earth is still flat.
she disagrees with everyone.
When I said layperson, I didn't mean somebody that was on their back.
Now, it's still flat if you consider spherical surfaces to be flat.
No fucking spherical surface is flat. What are you talking
Well,
about?
I think Jose is trying to get extra dimensional.
Well,
on us.
okay. Well,
But it's not.
from a-
It's not really flat. There's always going to be a little curve to it. It's never going to be completely flat anywhere.
How? Well,
it depends on
we
how.
can't perceive. We can't perceive these extra dimensions.
Yeah,
So who knows what it would
Conceptualizing
look
it.
like? Yeah, who knows what it would look like?
conceptualizing a fourth or fifth or whatever n dimensions would be a little hard for us.
Yeah. So
To be honest.
perhaps
Speak for yourself, bitch.
we look.
Perceive every dimension.
Quick, how many are they?
Huh?
How many are they?
How many are they? An infinite number.
No, it's
No.
12. It's 12.
It's no.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't fucking know.
No, I think it was string theory was there's 31 or something.
String theory is so 2000.
I know. I know.
Come on.
Back when Michio Kaku still had black hair, right?
Yeah.
And now he's doing tax commercials.
But on
that's sad, yeah.
but on the on the point,
Yeah.
another point on the point of information, there's I think a lot more information to know where it's a lot harder to be well-rounded and know a lot because there's if you want to know a lot about something, you have to specialize because it just takes a lifetime to learn.
This is another thing.
Yeah, we're reaching the limit where there's so much to learn that we can't learn in a lifetime.
But this
Speak
is
for
another way
yourself.
this is another way that we differ.
I'm a librarian.
This is another way that we differ from the ancient Greeks because they had a much more holistic and multidisciplinary approach to education than we do, where you need to specialize.
And orgies are everyday things.
And so is fucking boys. That's hey, you want to learn from me? I gotta fuck you.
Oh shit!
So what was your favorite beer of the night?
Your college tuition is just dick. Oh shit, that's fucking hilarious. But I was gonna say, it's just a quick response to Jose. You just reminded me of this saying that a lot of people use is that somebody could be a jack of all trades but a master of none. And so I don't know. Just but what you were saying kind of made me think of that phrase. And I don't really have anything else to say about it. It was just that came to mind, but there's no real point to what I'm saying anymore. So
That was very Forrest Gump of you. And that's all I have to say about that.
Excuse me, I gotta pay. Mr. President, I have to pay. On that note, guys.
On that note, what was your favorite beer of the night?
I gotta pay.
Zombie dust. I like zombie dust.
Yeah, it's still going about that. Come back, Forrest. Stop running. Forrest, tell Mama what your favorite beer was.
Jedi. No, zombie dust, dude. And then closely followed by the one that I brought.
The chocolate mandarins.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to pick this week. There was a lot of really good beers.
A lot of variety. Yeah.
Yeah, the Berliner Weiss is definitely one of the better ones I've had in recent memory. I really enjoyed the Choco Fruit, but I'm probably going to say Zombie Dust. I think that was my favorite beer of the night.
For me, I have to say Colonel Clank.
K-Cubed.
K-Cube. No, not Zombie Dust. Come on.
Yeah, for sure.
So as always, remember, fans, you can always send your questions, comments, anything to us at Facebook, facebook.com/BeerBrosBS. Tweet us and find us on Instagram at BeerBrosBS. Find us on Tapped as well. Email anything to us, beerbrosbs@gmail.com. You can find everything on our website, beerbrosbs.com. As always, you can find our podcast on SoundCloud, iTunes, and
Podcast Addict.
All right, thanks, guys. Dave, the Big Librarian.
Jose.
Alex.
And I am Daniel.
All right, cheers. Guys.
Cheers.